Welcome to the world of Kevin Gates, a life of contrast where raw intensity meets quiet reflection. From the streets of Baton Rouge to sprawling estates and a jaw-dropping car collection, his journey is a masterclass in resilience, ambition, and reinvention. Beyond the music, beyond the headlines lies a story of faith, family, and relentless drive. Gates isn't just a rapper, he's a thinker, a strategist, a man who transforms struggle into art, chaos into purpose, and fame into influence. Join us as we step behind the scenes of his life, exploring the homes, the cars, the controversies, and the lessons that have shaped a true icon of our time. Kevin Gates entered the world on February 5th, 1986, in Louisiana, and was raised in Baton Rouge, a city that carved out both his hardships and his resilience. His early years unfolded under the weight of struggle. With his father largely absent and opportunities scarce, Gates gravitated toward the streets long before he understood their cost. At just 13, he faced his first arrest, an early sign of the stormier chapters waiting for him. But even in the middle of that turmoil, something in him kept reaching for more. Gates developed an early fascination with psychology, philosophy, and above everything else, music. By his late teens, he was cutting mixtapes in small Baton Rouge studios, places where his gritty delivery and unfiltered honesty set him apart instantly. In 2007, Gates linked up with Dead Game Records, joining local heavyweights Boosie and Webbie as they shaped the city's unmistakable Southern hip-hop presence. His storytelling carried both ache and intention, mixing confessional lines with the steady confidence that came from surviving the streets. But right as his career began taking shape, life struck back. In 2008, Gates received a prison sentence, a crushing interruption that, unexpectedly, became the turning point that reshaped his future. Inside those walls, Gates refused to let anger hollow him out. Instead, he rebuilt himself. He studied nonstop, ultimately earning a master's degree in psychology. That knowledge later fueled his ability to break down human emotions and behavior in his music, not as an artist grabbing at fame, but as a thinker trying to interpret suffering and turn it into something meaningful. When he was released in 2011, Gates returned with a sharper mind, renewed focus, and a determination to take ownership of his own story. His mixtape, Make 'Em Believe, caught the right ears and landed him attention from Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment, giving him a backstage view of how the industry really operated. The partnership didn't last long, but it gave Gates the business instincts he needed to bet on himself, a choice that would define everything that followed. By 2013, Gates formed his own label, Breadwinners Association, and dropped the Luca Brasi story. Its emotional rawness, centered on loyalty, pain, and redemption, hit listeners in a way that felt personal. The project's impact led to a deal with Atlantic Records and kicked off a run of powerful follow-ups. Stranger Than Fiction in 2013, By Any Means in 2014, and Luca Brasi 2 that same year. These releases confirmed Gates as far more than another Southern rapper. He became a voice for people wrestling with ambition while battling their own shadows. Even when legal troubles returned in 2015, he refused to let momentum die. Gates kept creating, recording new music even while locked up, proving that endurance was the rhythm driving his life. Then in 2016, he delivered Isla, his debut studio album named after his daughter. It shot to number 2 on the Billboard 200, fueled by hits like Two Phones and Really, Really. Critics praised its blend of catchy melodies and heartfelt introspection, often calling Gates the thinking man's trap artist. The years that followed only pushed his creativity deeper. From Chained to the City in 2018, to I'm Him in 2019, and later Casa in 2022, Gates kept reshaping himself, mixing belief, struggle, and intention with the unmistakable sound of the South. In 2023, he circled back to where it started, revisiting the Luca Brasi story, a decade of Brazy and the Stranger Than Fiction 10-year anniversary, before releasing his 4th studio album, The Ceremony, in 2024. Critics weren't always in agreement, but his fan base never wavered, drawn to the honesty that has carried him from inmate to reflective, self-made icon. Behind that rise sits the sanctuary where everything connects, a Louisiana estate that reflects the man behind the music. Grounded, spiritual, steady, the power of a rap philosopher lives in those walls. Step through the towering 10-foot doors, and the atmosphere shifts instantly. Kevin Gates's Louisiana home opens into a wide 20-foot foyer, dressed in cool marble, anchored by a curved staircase that winds upward like something out of a southern daydream. The 4-bedroom, 4-bath home is refined but never showy, mirroring someone who has experienced both ends of life: scarcity and success, disorder and balance. Every corner carries its own message of growth, from a turbulent past to a centered present. At the core of the home is an open concept layout linking the kitchen, breakfast nook, and family room, all wrapped around a fireplace that glows through Louisiana's brief winters. This is where Gates pulls back from the world and leans into fatherhood, cooking with his kids, talking with them, or simply being still, a quiet contrast to music built on hardship and healing. The kitchen doesn't mimic a celebrity set. Instead, it feels like a gathering place, polished but warm, meant for connection rather than spectacle. Upstairs, a private study leads to a balcony overlooking rich green views, a spot for writing, thinking, or, as Gates once suggested, praying without speaking. Between 2 bedrooms sits a Hollywood-style bathroom, modern and spacious, balancing luxury with everyday use. Nearby, a separate living room with its own fireplace doubles as a creative refuge, sometimes a studio, other times a meditative retreat. Outdoors, Louisiana's heat settles around the property like a comfort. Kevin Gates's Baton Rouge home reflects a mix of simplicity, purpose, and quiet confidence. A small backyard mini golf course adds a humble charm, while the gated community offers tennis and basketball courts, soccer fields, and oak-shaded walking paths where Gates is often seen exercising or greeting neighbors like an ordinary man living an extraordinary life. The house runs on 3 air conditioning units to handle Louisiana's heavy humidity, and even the small garage, once for a golf cart, is now used for storage, with Gates joking about turning it into a meditation room. The property's modern, minimal design mirrors his current mindset: calm, centered, and uninterested in attention. Yet his real estate extends beyond Louisiana. During his divorce proceedings, records revealed a $4.7 million Calabasas estate purchased under the Grand Rising Trust in 2024. Located in the exclusive Oaks community, home to celebrities like Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian, the mansion shows the scale of Gates' financial and personal evolution. Still, Louisiana remains the place that defines him. Inside his garage, however, a different side emerges, one rooted in power and movement. His car collection reflects both discipline and intensity. At the center is the Lamborghini Urus, a $350,000 SUV with a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 641 horsepower. It represents balance, raw force paired with spiritual intention. Gates is often seen arriving at studios and charity events in it, not to show off, but to signal control and purpose. Then there's the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, an $80,000 717-horsepower beast that speaks to his rebellious, thrill-seeking edge, an emotional connection more than a status symbol. This is the car he chooses when he wants to tap back into his Baton Rouge beginnings, when he needs the rumble of the engine to remind him where he started. The Hellcat isn't subtle. It's gritty, loud, and unapologetically itself, much like his earliest music. Then comes the Bentley Bentayga, the vehicle that best reflects the man Gates has evolved into: measured, thoughtful, and steady. Powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 542 horsepower, the Bentayga doesn't just drive, it glides. Priced around $240,000, the SUV is a rolling sanctuary filled with handcrafted leather and hushed interiors. Gates often chooses the Bentayga for family time or long drives between shows. Inside, the noise of the world fades, replaced by soft beats, quiet reflections, and the steady rhythm of progress. The McLaren 600 LT represents the artist in Gates, the version of him constantly perfecting his craft with discipline and passion. Its 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8 pushes out 592 horsepower, sending the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds with a value close to $260,000. Gates views the 600 LT not just as a supercar, but as a symbol of focus and mastery. Every inch of its design exists for performance, mirroring the precision he brings to his music and his life. No excess, no wasted motion. When he takes a supercar onto the highway, it isn't about showing off. It's a reminder that speed and calm can live side by side when you know how to command both. And then there's the Ferrari California, the car Gates refers to as his Sunday cruiser. Powered by a 4.3-liter V8 with 453 horsepower, the California blends performance with elegance, wrapped in classic Italian style, priced around $180,000. It's gentler than the McLaren or the Hellcat, but it carries something deeper: emotion, memory, perspective. The California isn't about racing, it's about soul. It's a reminder of how far he's traveled, from the boy who once dreamed of escaping the limits of Baton Rouge. And behind every car, engine, and polished exterior sits the financial machine that makes it possible. A story built on hustle, intention, and constant reinvention. So let's break down Kevin Gates' income, net worth, and how he turned raw pain into pure power. With an estimated net worth of about $4 million, Gates stands as proof that resilience plus independence can create wealth that's both steady and deeply personal. His biggest earnings still come from his music: albums, singles, and non-stop streaming. Projects like Isla, I'm Him, and Kaza keep producing consistent royalties across Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, where he's racked up billions of streams. Each play, click, and download stacks up, earning him a passive income estimated between $300,000 and $500,000 every year. What sets Gates apart is ownership. He controls most of his music through his own label, Breadwinners Association, which means he keeps a far bigger cut of every dollar. Tracks like Two Phones, Really Really, and Time for That continue to thrive in playlists worldwide, making money long after they first dropped. Kevin Gates' shows are part sermon, part showmanship. Fans don't just attend his concerts, they absorb them. For major runs like By Any Means and the Luca Brasi Tour, Gates reportedly earns $50,000 or more per performance, with full tours pulling in $400,000 to $600,000 annually. Add in VIP packages, backstage meet and greets, and packed festival bookings, and it's clear that live performances remain his second largest income engine. And outside the spotlight, his supporters proudly wear the lifestyle he represents. His merchandise, hoodies, caps, and exclusive drops tied to album releases, reflects his commitment to self-discipline and authenticity. His motto, "I don't get tired" on IDGT, is more than a catchphrase. For fans, it's a way of living. Merch sales bring in an estimated $100,000 to $200,000 each year, especially during heavy touring or album rollout seasons. Unlike many artists, Gates built a business network around his creativity. His label, Breadwinners Association, BWA, doesn't just release his music, it develops and promotes other artists, giving him complete control over production, rollout, and distribution. That freedom translates to higher profits, with BWA generating an estimated $200,000 to $400,000 annually. Gates also introduced the IDGT energy drink, a brand built around his personal mantra and the fitness mindset he lives by. It appeals to fans who look to him not only as an artist, but as a source of motivation and wellness. Unlike many celebrities who jump at every endorsement, Gates chooses only partnerships that align with who he really is. His deals with Beats by Dre, Monster Energy, and Nike all fit his image: strong, grounded, and no frills. Bringing in an estimated $100,000 to $150,000 each year from brand collaborations, Gates' real value comes from staying genuine. He's not simply promoting products, he's promoting belief systems. At 39, Kevin Gates is far more than a rapper stacking revenue. He's a modern thinker using entrepreneurship as an extension of his message. And through every level of success, Gates has always remembered where he came from and the people still fighting their way through the same streets that formed him. For him, giving back isn't about fancy galas or spotlight moments. It's about stepping into the neighborhoods he once knew and telling people face to face, you can rise too. At the center of this mission is the Kevin and Dreka Gates Foundation, co-founded with his wife and longtime partner, Dreka Gates. The purpose is straightforward: to teach and empower young people, especially those facing tough circumstances, to make solid choices early and shape their own future. Working mainly in Louisiana, The foundation focuses on youth empowerment, education, and strengthening families. The organization offers mentoring programs and life skills workshops for at-risk youth, led by community leaders and educators who understand their struggles because they've lived them. One of the foundation's most notable partnerships is with the Crystal Campaign, a nonprofit dedicated to clean water access in underserved regions. Through this collaboration, the Gates family has helped fund sanitation and water purification projects, highlighting their belief that real empowerment begins with basic necessities. The foundation also emphasizes a family-first approach, urging parents to play a hands-on role in their children's development. It supports anti-poverty and educational programs across Louisiana, backing community centers that provide tutoring, mental health services, and family-building workshops. These may seem like small steps, but to Gates, small steps create lasting waves. In 2020, Kevin captured national attention when he announced an official partnership with Operation Crystal, doubling down on his commitment to communities in need of clean water. The project quickly became a symbol of what Kevin and Dreka stand for: real impact, quiet action, no need for applause, because at its core, the Kevin and Dreka Gates Foundation isn't about handing out money. It's about sparking a shift in mindset. Gates believes the greatest thing you can offer someone isn't cash. It's clarity, direction, and hope. Through his music, his life story, and his foundation, he represents a powerful truth. Growth and generosity are intertwined, two parts of the same mission. And just like that, Kevin Gates shows the world that even when your life is wrapped in success and celebrity, the legacy that truly lasts is the one you choose to give away. Kevin Gates has always walked a tightrope between two realities: the spiritual and the chaotic, the disciplined and the unpredictable. At the heart of Kevin Gates' story is Dreka Gates, not just his wife, but his closest partner in life and business. After years of loyalty and shared hustle, they married in October 2015 and built an empire that extended far beyond music, launching clothing lines, a record label, and the Kevin and Dreka Gates Foundation. Their children, Aikla and Kaza, became the emotional center of their world, and Gates even named his 2016 debut album Isla after his daughter as a tribute to family and faith. Faith has always grounded Kevin and Dreka. Both devout Muslims, they completed the Hajj pilgrimage in 2016, an experience Kevin described as profoundly humbling. He has often credited Islam for guiding him toward discipline, gratitude, and purpose, helping him stay focused instead of self-destructive. But even the strongest foundations can crack. In July 2025, Dreka filed for divorce in Los Angeles, citing irreconcilable differences and marking July 10th as their separation date. Fans were shocked. The couple had long represented unity and loyalty. Dreka requested joint custody and $73,000 per month in support, claiming she had been the primary caregiver since 2023 and accusing Kevin of neglecting major family expenses while maintaining a lavish lifestyle. Kevin responded by arguing their marriage was spiritual, not legally binding, but the court recognized it as valid for divorce. The public filing offered a rare glimpse into their private struggles, revealing turmoil behind the image of spiritual harmony. For Gates, conflict was nothing new. His challenges began long before fame, with his first arrest at age 13 after being found in a stolen car. Back in 2003, Kevin Gates served time for stabbing a man outside a movie theater, a violent moment that hinted at the anger he would later turn into music trouble followed him for years. In 2013, he was arrested in Chicago and spent 30 months in an Illinois prison. Then in 2016, he made national headlines again after kicking a female fan during a Florida concert, earning a 3-month sentence. Gates later called it one of his biggest regrets, admitting it came from weakness, not strength. Parole restrictions that followed kept him from touring freely. In 2018, he even sued his probation officer and Illinois officials for blocking his performances, though the case was dismissed. His parole was eventually lifted early, a rare break that let him reclaim his career. Today, Kevin Gates remains a man of contradictions, but one constant drives him forward: growth. Stay tuned, more powerful stories are on the way.